To the universe. 125, 113. Good guys won. There's a lot to like. And then there's a reason the score was as close as it was. So to get a lot of the good, normally people like to hear the good first and the bad. But because the bad is real minimum, let's start with the bad. And we've been over this a few times, I know. But what the fuck, Jaden Springer? He can't even run the third team. You had Shaq Harrison. Like, what is this? Quantifiably, this is the rough equivalent of when the Knicks drafted Ronaldo Balkman, 16th overall, way back in 2009. If you don't know him, there's a reason for it. Ronaldo Balkman is not a good NBA player. Not even in the league. I feel like Jaden Springer will get out quicker than Ronaldo Balkman. It boggled my mind. It really boggled my mind. He traveled in the open court. No one's guarding him. I can't fathom it. How? I did a whole ass draft scouting report on Luka Garza. The Sixers brought in Luka Garza for a record. I would have drafted Luka Garza in the first round over Jaden Springer. Aaron Henry showed a lot in limited minutes. I would have drafted Aaron Henry. I would have drafted damn near anybody else. Then Jaden Springer. What are we going to do with this guy? First of all, there's so many angles of why this is a terrible pick. Isaiah Joe played great tonight. Shot the feed real well. He can defend 1 through 3. Maybe he has to get a little bit bulkier. But I feel like he could be a good 3-and-D player. So Isaiah Joe is a multi-positional defender. We have Matisse Thybulle, who is a multi-positional defender. If you do a bend for Brogdon, LeVert, those are two multi-positional defenders. Where are you going to play this kid? You didn't even get him in until 5 minutes of the second preseason game. So that's number one, and that's the first thing you should be thinking about when you're a title contender. Where are you going to play this guy? He's not going to get minutes of point guard, definitely not. And he doesn't create his own shot. So it's not like he's really going to play shooting guard. I said A.B. Bradley. I feel like that's his ceiling. A.B. Bradley is this dude's ceiling. And I mean absolute ceiling if everything works out right. I mean, I'll never get over it. Especially because the Sixers had such a good draft last year, and you're probably like, oh, you can't hit them all. But here's the thing. You're in a position, you're the Sixers, you know what you want to pick. You need scoring, right? And obviously he scored 125 points. You need scoring, though. Coming out the Atlanta Hawks series, what do you want to do for your offseason? You need scoring. You need shooting. And you pick a guy with minimum shot attempts in college. Poor field goal percentage in college, only 42%. Small, undersized, doesn't have the wingspan to play the wing spot. So, just from a scheme and talent perspective, and a need perspective, on its own already, it's a, what the fuck, why did you do this? Now, let's go to the talent perspective. This kid is not prepared to play NBA basketball. But here's the thing, I don't even think he'll be overly successful in the G League either. I think there are legitimate G Leaguers who are more talented players than Jaden Springer. I'm serious about that. I think there are more talented players in the G League right now than Jaden Springer. Again, I mentioned Aaron Henry, where he showed in 5 minutes was incredibly disruptive defensively. Put it this way, is there much of a difference between Jaden Springer and Furkan Korkmaz, who was again horrendous tonight? No, not much. And that's saying everything that needs to be said. I would not have drafted him. I would not have drafted him with a 10-foot pole. I'm even lower on him than Mount. Little joke, family joke there. But as I was saying, I'm lower than him, than Romp 2.0. Like, what a catastrophically awful pick. You know, if you weren't going to get the pieces you needed back for Ben Simmons, what a blow. I personally, like I said, I would have dealt Ben Simmons in the draft. I would have wanted a top 10 pick. I want to build you found Joe Embiid because I know some people are like, oh, we need to really exercise this right now with Joel. And for me, I feel like Joel Embiid has a longer prime than people would think. I feel like Joel Embiid, he'll play until he's 34, 35. That's my perspective. I'm confident of that. And because I am confident of that, when I see Jaden Springer wasting a goddamn office spot, knowing damn well he's not going to be in the team past his rookie contract, because he sucks. I mean, there's certain guys that you just know. You see them on an NBA floor, or hell, even the summer league, you're outclassed, you're out physical, you don't have the body and frame, you know you're not going to succeed at the next level. I put this into perspective. I saw Evan Turner, and I was like, oh shit, not only is he hesitant on his shot, he can't get his shot against higher competition. It is what it is. Same thing with Jahlil Okafor. You're slow and unathletic, you're fat, and your attention and IQ is non-existent, you know? When guys just show this negative red light in their game, it just tells you as a scout, stay the F away. You think that they can improve on this mega blaring red light. No, they can't. If they could have, they would have played better even in college. Just stop it. The only thing that Jaden Springer had, and we saw it towards the end of the game, was the bounce, hop pass, a bit. A little double dribble pass, which they think, ooh, if he works on this. NBA players are going to swat that shit. He's not going to finish at the next level. Come on. It's just a complete, awful, terrible pick. Just let me be free. Just let me be free. Man, what a pick. Okay. Alright. Let's move on to something else, more positive. I know I spent 7 minutes on Jaden Springer. That was probably 7 minutes, way too many for a lot of good. But I just get triggered every time I see the guy step on the floor, know that he's not an NBA level player. It's like, come on, man. Really? Like, I want to give Daryl Morey love, but other than the Horford trade, it hasn't even been swinging for singles. It's just been, you know, like, damn. All right, moving on. Officially, we're moving on because there's so much that was good. So the Sixers, their new offense, it definitely is going to be 5 out. There was a lot of Princeton. Once again, there wasn't too much pick and roll. It was more, there was a lot of weave action. And if you don't know what weave is, you're basically starting the ball either from the top or you're starting it from the corner. You get the handoff. But what's different from the dribble handoff is that the perimeter players are going to come down on the weave. The reason you call it the weave offense is that it involves 3 ball handlers. So there's this initial drive action. And if the initial driver doesn't make the read, then you swing it over to the next guy. And on and on. It is a derivative of the dribble handoff offense. It is a part of the continuity offense. In fact, I prefer the weave to the dribble handoff because I like the fact that you're able to, basically, if you're not able to get anything on the right side corner through the weave direction, you can attack the left side. So I do like the weave in principle. I'm just, well, you know what? Actually, it worked and it looked a lot better even for the second unit. Isaiah Joe in the second unit over for Concord Mod. Please. Way better ball handler, way better decision maker, way better shooter. Niang. You know, Niang is a pretty damn good defender. Everyone played great. Isaiah Joe led the charge. 2 steals, 1 block. Isaiah Joe, he has Andre Iguodala defensive potential. Isaiah Joe has Andre Iguodala defensive potential in the NBA. I'm dead ass serious. Isaiah Joe will make numerous all-defensive NBA teams. And here's why I could say that. Isaiah Joe, when it comes to his defense, and if you really know what defense is, I play defense. I'm a scrub, but I'm real good at defense. On point of attack. And you know, it's going to be hard with the NBA rules as they are. You can't be as handsy. But my personal opinion, I would rather you be called for a foul here and there if you could control it and be handsy. But I love him at the point of attack, right in your grill. You know, this grill area, right in the grill, right in the hip, up to the ball. Real strong defender. Even better at it than Ben Simmons. Incredibly disruptive at the point of attack. I was blown away by Isaiah Joe's defense, his technique. Isaiah Joe was nearly impeccable on the defensive end of the floor. That was a defensive spectacle right there in a good way. That was spectacular. If he plays defense like that, he's got to start over Isaiah Joe. I'm sorry, I mean for a Concord Mod. Danny Green, all the above. You got to put this guy in the starting lineup. You can't be talking to me about, oh, we need defense. You know, we're missing Ben. You can't be talking to me about that. And then, at that token, also be like, this guy's going to be a first stringer. No. Isaiah Joe has got to get over 30 minutes a night. In my opinion. He has to have over 30 minutes a night. Because he played that damn good. Isaiah Joe is my game MVP for the night. Just absolute perfect. Niang, as I said, excellent defensively and made shots. You can go on and on the list. When's the last time that Joel Embiid had a so-so game, even under 20 minutes, and you still came away with a double-digit victory? Andre Drummond is a godsend. I hope that we could do something salary-wise. Like, I would really love to see up salary. Andre Drummond is the perfect backup center to Joel Embiid. And quite frankly, if he embraces this, look, like, you could win championships as a backup. You know, it's Andre Drummond is special when he plays the game this way. When Andre Drummond plays the game this way, he is special. Once again, activity on the boards, but that's always been his whole thing. But his defense, Andre Drummond never played defense like this in Detroit. He never played defense like this, you know, with the Lakers, etc. Other type of stops. This is the best defensively I have seen Andre Drummond in his career. Like, he's really on point. He's really hustling. He's crashing the boards offensively, getting to his spots. Good screen and roll guy. Made better decisions out of that 5 offense, which, again, I don't really want to see, but if he makes good decisions off of it, how can I complain? I want my team to win the championship. It's not necessarily about how I would prefer running the offense. But if Drummond is in that position and succeeding, far be it from me. Just an absolute stud, the best backup by far, way better than Dwight Howard. Instant upgrade at the backup center position, and that is so crucial. Andre Drummond, as long as he plays in this role, can even spot start in the games that Embiid might miss. Like, that's a crucial, big-time upgrade. You know what? I'm not even going to give the credit to Dale, because obviously there's a Doc, Andre Drummond thing going on there, but whoever you want to give the credit to, Andre Drummond. What a beast of a backup center. And then there's the point guard situation, which is in more flux than ever, because if you read into this super big, super deep, what happened? I feel like Philly and Indiana, 72 hours. It's that close. I don't have any sources, but if you go off the back, it's completely irrational that you're going to be like, okay, we're going to start Tyrese Maxey in one game, and then we're going to be like, oh, we're going to put you on the bench. Even for Doc Rivers, that is insane. So if you look at it initially, just from an initial glance, it doesn't make sense. Not even for Doc Rivers. Doc doesn't give up on players like that. We know Doc's history. We know it with a guy like Danny Green. We know it with Ben Simmons last year. Doc Rivers does not pull the leash like that. That's not who Doc is. So there's something deeper going on. And my answer is yes. The answer is Philly and Indiana. To me, it's my feeling, Philly and Indiana is 90% to done. They're probably working out some technicals, but it's 90% to done, and Maxey is going to be coming off the bench in the regular season rotation. That's my feeling on why this happened. Because it doesn't make sense any other way. Like, I'm sorry, Shake Milton did not play a good point guard game back in Detroit. So it's not, in Toronto. My bad, right? Cold areas. But it's not like you played a good game up in Toronto. Maxey didn't either, but Shake Milton was and is a turnover-prone type of guard because he's slow and doesn't have a change of speed at the guard position. And it even started out that way in the first quarter. So it's like, why are you... I don't want Shake Milton on the ball to begin with, but as a starter, come on now. And that's what it was like in the first half. In the first quarter, I should say, in midway through the second. And you know what? I really liked Tyrese Maxey's response. Tyrese Maxey could have had a lackadaisical effort to basically being benched. Well, a player who, let's be honest, isn't as good of a point guard as he is. But I like how Tyrese Maxey responded. He came off aggressive. Really, that's the big thing for me. Tyrese Maxey is a scorer, first and foremost. Rolando shit, go look for someone else. He is a scorer. He attacks the rim. That's who he is. He gets to the rim. He hit the one three-pointer. I want him to be confident at three-point shot. He's working on it over the summer. I've seen the mechanics. Let it fly, young man. Let it fly. Shoot the ball. That's who you are. But he also showed a bit of improvement on making the reads as a point guard too. But primarily, I just thought he was in attack mode. Attack, attack, attack. That's who you are. And that's who he was tonight. And big props to Tyrese Maxey on that. Stabilized the second unit. Also helped us get to that lead. The second unit in particular, my God, that second unit is beastly. I don't know what to say about it, you know. Shout out to Brock Landis. He apparently has some deeper insight. He's a great video guy, great analyst guy. But to me, off of my eyes, I don't know how to explain it, but there is something special about that second unit. And I can't wait to see it over the course of the season. And you know, if Brogdon is here and LeVert is here, I can live with Tyrese Maxey as a 6-man 30 minutes a night off the bench. I can live with that, especially if it will allow Doc to be like, you be you. Don't try and imitate a pure passing point guard that doesn't exist. There's a lot on my mind, obviously. But in fairness to Shake Milton, second half, much more smooth, much more in control, able to handle the pressure a bit better, able to make some plays. You know, I feel like when he's off the ball and he can shoot the basketball, that's the best Shake Milton. But overall, I have to say, I really, really am impressed with really mostly everybody. I gave my Jaden Springer rant, but he was the only one. But Concord Mod, get out of my face. That was a stupid resigning. Danny Green, you're 34. Time to play the young kids, time to trust the young kids. That's what this was all about. Isaiah Joe's shining, Tyrese Maxey shining, and none of the young big men shine, but that's okay. Andre Drummond is 28. Find some loophole to resign Andre Drummond. Best backup center behind Joel Embiid ever. Period. I don't want to lose him. I know we will, but my heart has been sold. I did not know we needed Andre Drummond. There were the memes in his career up to date, which made even me be like, But inject this version of Andre Drummond into my vein. Just a fucking menace. Dennis Rodman. Man, Andre Drummond, MVP of the preseason for the Sixers. Just absolutely phenomenal. Phenomenal. And it isn't about the numbers. You know, Andre Drummond came out and he made a statement where it's like, my performance, who cared? We lost. Yeah, we lost a preseason game. But as far as the performance goes, for me, it's your defensive energy. Your defensive energy is 1,000,000. And I know million sounds small in context. Think of whatever big number you want, Andre. It was phenomenal. It was special. Like, I'm sure Doc probably likes that defense too. I'm joining Doc Rivers on this one. Your defense is insane. Insanely special. Keep up that defensive intensity. Because, man, I'm in love. I'm in love with Andre Drummond's defense. He plays defense like that, we're good. We're golden. He plays defense like that, Baldwin and Levert come in, we hit our shots. I'm telling you guys, sleeper team. Sleeper team. Six of the universe, commanding win. Everything was great until I got reminded why we should not have picked the UDFA, even at 29. Six of the universe signing off.